Rob, thank you for your time today and answering our questions. First up, I'd like to ask you, what does sustainability mean to you?
Sustainability to me is all about how we live in harmony with the planet and how we can reduce the effect that we're having on the planet. I think this is a journey that mankind is going to have to go through. I think we're early in the stages of that journey, but that's really what sustainability means for me.
Thank you. And what does sustainability mean to Venator?
Sustainability for Venator, I think, is all about looking at how we can run our business in the best possible way. So how can we make use of the immense talent that we have within the organization, for example? How can we draw upon that talent to really take our business to a new level? And it's also about looking at the footprint that our business has on the environment that we work in and trying to diminish that footprint wherever we can, particularly in the areas that are most material for our business.
How does Venator enhance lives and protect our world through its products, processes and people?
Venator enhances lives in a variety of different ways. Our products are quite unique in the benefits that they bring. So if you look, for example, at the white pigments that we make, the titanium dioxide, that's used in such a vast array of everyday items, whether it's the coatings that we see on our wall that brighten our lives, or whether it's in the plastic items that we use on an everyday basis, like our mobile phones, for example. But it also, our products also get into some fairly unique applications, which are really quite fascinating. So, for example, suntan lotions, protecting us from the dangers of the UV light and the sun, or in cosmetics, or even in food applications. So I think there's a whole vast array of areas in which our products actually help sustainability.
What are Venator's sustainability goals?
Venator's sustainability goals were things that we set up about 2 years ago now. And when we set up those goals, we really tried to look at where we want to get to by 2030. And we looked in the 3 dimensions of our program. So the one dimension is people. So in that area, what we want to do is halve the number of process safety incidents we have. We want to halve the number of personal injuries that we experience in the business. And we also want to try and double the number of female leaders that we have at senior capacity in the business. Then when it comes to our material footprint, this is the second component of our program. We're trying to reduce by half the amount of carbon dioxide that we emit, and we're also trying to reduce by a third the amount of waste that we send to landfill sites. And then in the last element of our program, which is all about the products that we offer to our customers, we're trying to make sure that 80% of those products meet United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And we're really well advanced on that, but that was the ambition for the program.
What are some of the highlights of our new sustainability report and why are you so proud of them?
I think every year we've been able to advance our sustainability report a little bit further. And what I'm particularly proud of, I think, this time around is the depth of information that we're generating in the report. But also for the first time ever, we've done what's called a double materiality assessment. So understanding what our footprint is on the world, but also understanding how the environment in which we operate will impact on Venator. And this is a standard that's increasingly being required by organizations like the European Union, for example. So I'm really pleased that we've been able to be at the forefront of making some of those changes and reporting in a more detailed fashion.
And how does achieving a gold rating from EcoVadis reflect Venator's dedication to sustainability? And what does this mean for the company's future sustainability initiatives?
The gold rating from EcoVadis was a big, I think, credit to the whole organization and people who've worked on sustainability throughout the organization. EcoVadis is a very well recognized organization that rates businesses. When I last looked, they had rated something like 200,000 organizations in different categories. So the chemical sector, for example, is one of those categories. And to get accreditation from an organization like that puts us in the top 2% of all the organizations in the world is quite spectacular. We don't want to stop there. We want to try and move on beyond that and try and get into the platinum level if we can. So that's the ambition for the future. But really just achieving gold in an environment where the hurdle is constantly lifted. The degree to which you have to go to actually achieve these medals constantly is stretched. That's a fantastic achievement for the organization to get a gold.
Finally, looking ahead, what are our future plans and ambitions regarding sustainability?
I think the areas that we really need to make progress on now that our customers are asking a lot about, for example, is what our decarbonisation plans look like. And in that regard, I think we've done really well looking at specific sites and understanding what would have to happen on those sites. And in particular, we've done a lot of work here in the UK, working with the UK government to try and leverage some of the funding that's available to look at decarbonisation of our facility here in the northeast of the UK. We're very, very fortunate in that in the northeast of the UK, in that infrastructure is being built that will provide blue hydrogen as well as carbon capture and storage, and we're perfectly located to be able to tap into that in the future. So I think one of the things that we're going to have to do now is work in conjunction with the government, try and leverage the funding that's available to make those changes at Greetham, which would make it a kind of one of the world leading decarbonised facilities.
It's been a pleasure, Rob. Thank you.